This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Procrastination is the habit of postponing doing things that need to be done. It can also be defined as avoiding doing certain things that ought to be done. This is a problem that affects most of my classmates, especially when it comes to assignments. I have observed that most students only do assignments at the last minute, and some cannot even meet the deadline. It is expected to procrastinate, and most people do it, but excessive procrastination often leads to problems. People feel guilty when they cannot accomplish a task at the right time. This is not a problem that only affects learning institutions, it also affects employees in the workplace. It is like an addiction, and once you develop it, it becomes challenging to leave. In this paper, I will address the problem of excessive procrastination, look at why students procrastinate, and give recommendations. In doing this, I will use books and the internet to gather information about the problem that will help me in making recommendations for solving the problem. I have reviewed different perspectives from different scholars and found that excessive procrastination causes anxiety because the tasks being avoided must be done. It also results in poor performance because the assignments are done in a hurry when the student does not have ample time to research on the topic. If this problem is not addressed, it can interfere with an individual's school performance as well as their success. Burka and Lenora observed that one reason why students procrastinate is perfectionism. This is a situation where a student feels that his or her performance standard for a particular task is too high and seems impossible to accomplish. Other students need more confidence in accomplishing some tasks. They lack self-confidence and believe they cannot successfully complete a given task. I have seen some students who need clarification either before starting a task or along the way. They are still determining what is required and how to go about it. Some tasks are generally complex for a given group of students, and no matter how hard a student works to complete them, he lacks the skills needed. The majority of the students in my class lack motivation in various subjects because they consider them too tedious or difficult. This makes them more interested in accomplishing a task in their respective fields. Other reasons are poor concentration, unpleasantness, and lack of priorities. One way to help such students is to involve them in cooperative learning. According to Orlich, accredited author in New York, et al., cooperative learning is a teaching approach where students study in groups or small teams made up of students with different levels of propensity. They use different learning activities to proceed with their understanding of a precise subject. Each member is responsible for helping team members to learn as he/she learns from the others. Team members typically work on a specific assignment until they are satisfied that all members are acquainted with it and can complete it. Cooperative learning aims to help students gain from others. It helps students realize that they share a common interest with others. From research, it is clear that cooperative learning boosts student retention in schools and supports academic achievement. It helps students improve oral communication and promotes self-esteem and social skills. I will encourage my classmates to form cooperative learning teams so that we can all accomplish our tasks. Excessive procrastination can be controlled through self-motivation, where a student understands that there is no one who is perfect and that time wasted is never recovered. Tasks should be prioritized in order of urgency and importance, and once a task is started, it is always good for one to commit him/herself to its completion. Rewards are some of the ways that can boost self-confidence and motivation. Once a task has been completed successfully, one should reward her or himself for the success. We all have different learning habits. Some can perform well in the wee hours of the morning, while others prefer to work late at night. To avoid procrastination, an individual should work on tasks most conveniently. If the task is significant, it should be broken down into small tasks that are easy to manage and complete. Instead of failing to complete a task because it seems complicated, seeking guidance from the teachers or other classmates is advisable. Every student should have a working schedule, set standards, and work in areas with little or no interference. The most important thing is to be proactive and to think positively. Once a person has started working on a task, he realizes that it becomes exciting and more accessible than he initially thought. This gives him the motivation to complete the task, and he feels satisfied once it is accomplished. Did you like this student's procrastination problem sample? To get more works like this one, make sure to check out the free database of academic paper examples at ivypanda.com. You will find thousands of samples for all your study needs without even having to register.